Thanks.
Okay, we'd like to welcome you to Fabric Chicks Live on Wednesday. I don't really know what day to check. The 19th. Wednesday the 19th. Hang on a second. Let me push this over here. I just want to show you how pretty these are. Louise brought these in for me. They're so pretty. Beautiful daffodils. So, brightened my day. Anyhow, okay, let's see. I see some comments here. Welcome, Susan and Mary Lou and Ann and Brenda and Christy and Carolyn and Joyce and Lynn E. and Suzette. Welcome, everybody. We are Fabric Chicks here in Gardnerville, Nevada, which is by South Lake Tahoe, Carson City, Reno, Northern Nevada area. We do have a brick and mortar shop. We'd love for you to come visit us. We do classes, retreats, long arming, you name it. We kind of do a little bit of everything. Devin even told the guy I'd make him some pillowcases and armrests. So apparently we're all in one stop shop. Today we have a lot of things we're going to show you. Everything will have a number on it so you can easily see and order. All you have to do is write S is you committing to it, and the number and how many you want. So this is S561. It's $6. So if you want a panel of letters, if you're doing junk journaling or making banners or want to spell somebody's name, we've got fun panels for $6. Jody, it was great meeting you too. I really enjoyed it. So S561 is kind of a muted limey green. I would say apple green. Janet Wicker Frisch. I used it. I cut them out on one banner. I spelled joy, maker, and something else. I was able to make 3 banners. It was kind of like a challenge to see how many words I could spell with these random letters. So S561 for $6 is the apple green colorway. And then we have an orange colorway, S571 for $6. S571 is $6. It's the same thing, just a orange background. And then we do have a few of the white backgrounds left. So 571 is the orange background. The white background is 581. 581 for the white background. So it's great if you're going to do junk journaling. These are also great to use. Hey, Jackie, how are you? I know, Christy. It's from back in the day when we used to do shows and we would order like 15 bolts of panels. So everything's kind of different now that we're not doing shows. But Devin, if you want to just show on the outside here, I've got one hung up. This is using that panel, and it says joy. And I just used a background fabric just to give it interest. And then I did a black fabric just to make it really kind of pop. And then I just added beads and embellishments. And like I said, I was able to get 3 banners out of one panel. Okay. We do have, Suzette just made us a new sample. So we have from Grandma Catherine's chickens. Grandma Catherine made these original chickens. So if you're interested in an already made chicken, we have S87 for $12 already made. S86. So these are using vintage quilts. So you can see they're vintage. They've been around for hundreds of years. I'm not sure how long, but a long time. S86, S85, S85, and S84. But if you want to make it yourself, these are the free range chickens. If you want to make it yourself, this is done with modern fabric. Suzette made these for us with the modern fabric. So in the pattern, you've got the mommy chicken and the baby chicken. The pattern is S82 for $8. S82 for $8. Welcome, Renee. S82 is the pattern if you want to make your own chickens. And you can use, there's directions in here if you want to use the scrap tape or different ways that you can do it if you don't have any vintage cutter quilts. If you don't have vintage cutter quilts, I suggest you look at the thrift stores and try to find some. So cutter quilts are quilts that are a little bit aged and worn, and they're really only good to cut and make into other things. So those are our free range chickens. Fun, quick, crafty items. I know a lot of you guys have gotten the ribbons from us, but this is just an idea of what you could do for doll hair using the ribbons. So cute little bows as doll hair with the ribbons that we've been selling. So just another good idea. You know, we're full of good ideas. Here is a cute little baby panel. S01 is $6. S01 is $6. It's got cute little mommy and me panels. So if you do charity quilts or whatnot, this is a great one. S01. So if you're new to watching, all you have to do is type in S. S is you committing to buying it, and then the number and how many of them you want. So this panel we do have quite a few of. S01 is $6. If we are limited on some things, we'll tell you. This we had the other day on Monday, I think, when we did this auction and sale. I have a little bit of this bunny ribbon left. So if you need some bunny ribbon for the holidays, S93 is $1 a yard. S93 is $1 a yard. Hey, Peggy. S93 is $1 a yard. And then we have, today we're doing Australian fabrics. So if you're in the need for Australian fabrics, go check your stash real quick to see what you need. We do have a few projects made with this. So here on the wall, we've got the Virginia Robertson stack of cups. And I've never seen the Australian used like this, but I love it. Super cute. So S31 is $12 if you need the Virginia Robertson stack of cups. S31 is $12 for the stack of cups pattern. It also has, if you want to make a pot holder, but as you know, you can take these appliques and you can pretty much put them on the back of a jacket, put them on a tote bag, anything you want to do, you can do with an applique pattern. So S31 is $12. And then we have a cute little Funky Factory, Funky Friends Factory gecko. We put Minky on the bottom. We do have just the pattern S27. S27 is $14 for the gecko pattern. If you want it kitted up, we do have it kitted up. We did the yellow with the bumps in the kits because we ran out of the lime green one that I had here. So now you have a yellow one with the bumps. So S28 is $24. That includes the pattern and all the fabric you need to make the gecko. All you need is to add the polyfill stuffing and two eyeballs. I used pins because, you know, a kid's not actually going to play with this. So I used pins just because that's what I had when I was making them. So S28 is everything you need but the stuffing. S27 is the pattern. And then we do have the black colorway left for the jelly rolls. So this is a mini jelly roll and this is the bigger jelly roll. S33 is $23. S33 is $23. S32 is $44. And that includes the basic black and white, but a little bit of color from the Australian fabrics. So S32, if you want to make a black and white quilt, this is perfect for that. And we didn't do collections because they're all so different. So we did do them at a good price. So they're all $11 a yard. S26. S26. You're going to have to wait a minute while Devin gets off his phone. S26. Did you get Riri for, okay. S26. And there's so much going on. There's so much movement. They're just a lot of fun to work with. S23. S23. S23 is a cheerful, bright orange and yellow one. S24 is a purple one. And they do all have good names. Like this one is Kangaroo River Camp Black and Purple. So you can see the river flowing through. Hey, Laura. S25 is bright and beautiful purples and pinks and turtles. It's called Sea Dreaming Purple. Sea Dreaming Purple. And it's all of these are $11 for the this sale. This is S20. S20. S21 is beautiful yellows. If we ever go too fast, just go back and rewatch it afterwards. You can add to these orders through the weekend. This one's one of the most popular ones, S22. Bush flowers, and it's just good purples and blues. S16. If you're afraid of using Australian because they're too busy, just add some solids in between, and that will help to rest your eyes. But we have a book of Australian stuff, but it wasn't out with the stuff in the shop. I'll have to find out. I know we have them in our show stuff. S17. Here is a project that we made with it. So this, we used the red jelly roll as opposed to the black jelly roll. This is called the Mondo bag. It is pretty big, but it comes in, you can get the pattern in 2 sizes. So we have S30 is the midi bag, and it's a grid. You lay your jelly rolls on, and then you sew the grid, and it makes up into this bag. So this has 2 printed fusible interfacings panels to make 2 bags. So in the midi bag, you get 2, you'll be able to make 2 projects. And here is a close-up of turning it into like a purse. S30 is going to make 2 bags. And then S29 for $24 is going to make 1 of these ginormous bags. So there it is in different colors. Super fun. So that's for this bag project. And then if you already have the pattern and you just want the grid so you can make more, this makes the Mondo bag. S53 is $10. So S53 is $10. That'll make 1 more bag. So if you already have the pattern, you just need the grid. And then here is more Australian, but I do have only one of these patterns. If more than one of you wants it, we can special order it for you. This is Indigo Junction, and it's called Over the Top Tunic, S83. S83 is $12. And then here's a couple more samples on the back. So fun little tunic to put over your tank top or your turtleneck or whatnot. S83 is $12. We only have one of those, but we can get more. And then here we're going to go pretty quick. S07, kind of like Starburst, S07. And it's called Kangaroo in the Forest Brown. Well, it looks, I see more blue, but I guess there's a little bit of brown there. S06 is a black and white. Bush Sweet Potato Black. And S19 is Turtles, Sea Dreaming and Blue. Sea Dreaming and Blue. And then S18, I believe, is what we made the gecko out of. And it's called Spiritual Women in Green. Oh, wait, here. You can see the women here. So here's a woman, and then over here's a woman. So Spiritual Women in Green. S18. S18. And then here is more people. I'm not sure if they're women. Women see bush food brown. So here's your women. So if you wanted to really focal point them, you could fussy cut them out. Lots of fun things you could do. Maybe curved piecing around them. S08, S08, S09, pinky purple, S09, pinky purple. S10 is a great one to coordinate with it. It pulls out the pinks and purples. S11, you got a little bit more. I guess maybe we're on a pinky purple kick, or we never have gotten off of our pinky purple kick. And then S12 is bush seeds yellow. S12 is bush seeds yellow. And this one is a super bright, fun one, S13. S13 is bush tucker after rain. Bush tucker after rain. And S14 is kangaroo grass and bush water hole. I don't know, I just like the names. S15 is wild bush tomato and apple. So lots of different things going on. These are Australian fabrics, M&S Textiles from Australia. And that's it. Yep, that's it for the Australian. I only have one of these books. It's called Square Dance, and it is fancy quilts from plain squares. So it's a bunch of different patterns. Of course, all the basics to how to make quilts, but then it takes basic squares, and it's just the way that you cut them and re-sew them together to create all these fun different versions of quilts. So kind of a fun, if you got that math brain, you'd probably really enjoy it. You know me, it might be a little bit over my head. No, I can look at the picture and know how to do it, okay? But fun little projects just to give you a twist on regular. Here's some strip piecing, and then you take the strip piecing and it turns into this kind of a squiggly quilt. So just kind of fun for those of you who like to push your brain out of the ordinary, and you love to piece. I only have one of these. S69 is $14. S69 is $14. How much fabric does it take to make the Mondo bag? The pattern probably will tell us. Okay, this is a special pricing. S38 is $8. S38 is $8. You could leave this whole, or you could cut it up and piece it into a larger quilt. You could leave this in the middle and then log cabin around it. Villa Rosa has some great, quick, easy patterns where you just add borders to a big center panel like this. Or you could do some embellishing on it. S38 is $8. S38 is $8. You're going to need, Laura, you're going to need 16 2.5-inch strips or 48 5-inch squares plus 4 2.5-inch strips for handles. Bag lining, you need 1.25 yards. Fusible fleece, 1.25 yards. And then to go with that fabric, we have $6 a yard. To go with this panel, we have S36. Hey, Kathleen, glad to see you. Hope your grandkids aren't driving you crazy. S36 is $6 a yard. S36 is $6 a yard. So if you're looking for backings, kind of a more traditional print, S35 is also $6 a yard. If you want this to go with it, you can get the border print. I know a lot of people are using the border prints right now for table runners, and this one would be a great one because it's not directional. That one would be fun. So $6 a yard. S35 is the all over floral. S35 is the all over floral print. S34 is the border print. $6 a yard. So we're here at Fabric Chicks working really hard at keeping quilting affordable for all of us. because my mother taught me you can only spend your money once. So make sure you do it wisely. S37, this is another purpley pink, great for backings or linings or whatever you're going to need yardage for at $6 a yard. It's Riley Blake, so great quality fabric. S37. S37. And then we have, because I know a lot of you have gotten panels either tonight or in the past. I have 3 books that are geared to panels. So S92 is $19, and that's for panel play. A lot of you, if you're my regulars, already have this, but it gives you a lot of math to figure out how to set up different projects using panels. So we've got table runners, table toppers, placemats, quilts, wall hangings. Whether it's a 12-inch block or a 6-inch block or different size blocks, it gives you different ideas of how to make blocks to put in between. So it's just a great basics on what to do. Here's a great one. I love that one. What to do with panels, because the panels are so great. We love the artwork. So S92. This one is a 1-block wonder panel quilt. So this is basically what Devin has been working on with the African panel, The Joyful Days by Julia Cairns. This is the 1-block wonder panel quilts, and it's got different ideas and designs on what to do with the layout of the 6. You keep one panel whole, and then you create all of the hexagons. S91 is $24. 91 is $24. Here's a Monet one that they did the hexagons. They kept kind of that center hole. Here's the Klimt one using the tree. A lot of you guys have that panel. And this is kind of interesting where they kept it off to the side and then spun out with the spirals. This one, we had that sample at one point. We did that as a 6-block wonder back in the day. Here's the Klimt, a bigger size so you can see it. It's just a fun process. It's a different way to use panels. This was this panel originally, and then this is what it ended up being once they did the hexagons. So just different ideas. S91, and we can do this as a class again. It was super popular, but everything comes back. Everything's popular again. S91 is $24. Here's fun with panels. Create one-of-a-kind quilts, tips, tricks, and techniques. This one is S90 for $22. And it's got all kinds of different ideas of what to do, how to set your panels. It probably even has tips on how to straighten your panels up. Tote bags and all kinds of easy, quick. Here's some blocks. Different blocks here so that you can piece around them. So different ideas, different settings of things that you can do with panels. Like I said, we've all got them sitting. Ooh, I like that one. I haven't seen that one before. I really like that one. Lots of different ideas of what you can do with panels. So I think we might have had that panel at one time. S90 is $22. Fun with panels. And just because I'm always looking for hand embroidery stuff, quick and easy. Sometimes the Sue Spargo is too technical for me. So I got this book because it had real easy but interesting ideas. And it kind of dumbed it down, I think, from Sue Spargo. I love Sue Spargo's, but being dyslexic, it always confuses me, where I can see here what these stitches are so that they're just a little bit easier. Like these vines with just the little flowers, but they add so much. So easy kind of this you can do on crazy quilting, but it starts off easy and then I think it works to a little bit harder. Sue Spargo's book does the same thing, but I think I always just jump to the hard stuff and get overwhelmed. So this book looked like I could handle it. These stitches, everything here I can handle. So if I can do it, you can do it. So just kind of basic stitches, but great ideas, adding in some trims and laces. Foolproof free form embroidery. Exploring your creativity with fabric, threads, and stitches. S89 is $27. S89 is $27. And then we just got this in. I haven't even opened it yet. S94 is Pocket Guide to Stabilizers. And I know stabilizers do a whole lot more than I even know that they do. But it's kind of like I figure out my uses for them. So this is a quick reference, carry along guide. It's got an introduction, cutaway, tearaway, basically knit, nap, shear. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about stabilizers, what needles to use with the stabilizers, what honestly, I think that there's so many stabilizers on the market that we kind of feel overwhelmed. We've got a wash away, we've got just everything. Here it's even got how it's sold. So if you want to know everything you didn't know about stabilizers, this is the Pocket Guide to Stabilizers. I'll never get it back in there. S94 is $8. S94 is $8. And the truth of the matter is, if we slow down a half a minute to like actually catch our breath and read the back of our packages, we might actually know what stabilizers were for, but it's more fun to just guess. Okay, S88 is $3 for the pack. S88 is $3 for the pack, and it has it looks like 4 of each color of the sequins trims. So you've got 4 strips of the different colors. S88 is $3. S88 is $3 for the sequins trims. And then up here, I just I haven't finished the quilt yet. I really tried to get it done this weekend, but I didn't. But I have sewn the rickrack into the binding, and the embroidery I did, I used honestly a lot of different embroidery threads, or 12 weight glamour from Wonderfil, the 8-weight glamour from 8-weight. I don't know what the 8-weight one is from Wonderfil. But I did use, so it's got a lot of glitter in it, but it's kind of a subtle glitter. And then I used the hand-dyed rickrack. So we have a gal out of, I want to say Santa Rosa, that does the hand-dyed rickracks. This is the panel. S74 is $12. S74 is $12. And I just cut them up and did the embroidery. So it was a great take-along project. And then I sewed it all back together using the little squares. The little squares we don't have, but I have them on order from Marcus Brothers. It's the aged muslin that's dyed. Okay, S88 is the sequin ribbon. S74 is the embroidery panel. And then I have a tiny bit of this left. This is the Go With It fabric, S75. There's only a few yards left of that. S75 is $13 a yard, and it looks like we only have probably 2 yards left of it. S75 is $13 a yard. Super cute little pin cushions. It goes with that embroidery panel. And then here is the hand-dyed rickrack that I use. And I actually use both colorways because I wanted all the colors. So S73 is kind of a more muted colors. And then where is it? S 72 is a little bit cheerier, but still kind of muted colors. So those are $4 a yard. Thank you for sharing, Peggy. We love it when you guys share this because we would love to grow our audience. Devin's kind of expensive to keep employed, so we would love it if you would share, and we would love it if you'd share with your grandkids and all those young girls who would love to see Devin. Although he wouldn't do the live yesterday, we covered an ironing board cover, but he wouldn't do it because he hasn't gotten a haircut yet. But I think the hair looks really nice. I kind of like it when it's a little bit longer.
It looks good.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said, but he's going tomorrow for Friday for a haircut. Okay, so that's that project. Oh, here. So I don't know if you haven't been in the shop or you haven't like really watched a live. We like drown in the stuff here because like my girlfriend said, who was here today, she's like, you just can't throw anything away. And I really can't.
I threw a button away today.
I broke it.
Yelled at.
Yeah,
but it was broken.
She threw away a broken button today. Phyllis and Doris are sorting buttons and putting them into baggies for bingo at the retreat, and then we need bingo for Quilt Show Reno. But so upstairs, I was upstairs getting something, and I like out of the corner of my eye, I saw this little tin, and I was like, I don't even know. We need to just get like, what is that, right? And then there's this in here. Can you see that? So I'm like, what is in there? Like, what trash is? It's like a metal shopping thing. So I pull it out and it's taped up. And I'm like, oh, maybe there's diamonds in there or something, right? No, it says noses, right? So I open it up real carefully. Maybe there's still diamonds in there, right?
Well, there's noses.
Oh, nope, it's noses. Like little carrot noses.
Ooh, that'll work with that suede stuff that you gave me today. We could
do snowmen or something?
Because I was thinking cutting them into snowman shapes.
Okay.
Now that we have noses, I can put the noses with them.
So Doris has a project for these for later. So don't throw anything away here at Fabric Chicks because you never know what treasures you're going to find. But next to it was this bag. So I'm like, oh, maybe there's more treasures in there, right? Like, here's a bag. Look, it's got Rita's name in it. And I think Rita passed away like 7 years ago. But she used to save for me all of her plastic baggies. So we might be able to throw these away. Look at how nice her produce bags are. We might actually, Rita, I hate to say it, but we might have to throw away your baggies. But if anybody wants these cute little baggies very nicely.
Use them for dog poop.
Oh, I could use them for dog poop. I like to take my dog out further into the wilderness where I don't actually have to pick up after her. But I could definitely use them for dog. Does anybody need some dog poop bags? So you just never know what you're going to find here at Fabric Chicks, but I thought you guys might get a little chuckle out of the noses. So if you haven't signed up for Doris's felting and applique the third Monday of the month, it's $10 a month. That includes your free pattern. So the original inspiration was this treasure that I found in a baggie under a table at Fabric Chicks. But you know, most of us don't need or want to do a big size quilt. So the borders are even all appliqued. I just have to put it together. I'm sure I will someday put it together. Maybe in another 50 years when it's really vintage. But all the patterns were there. So we took the patterns and we shrunk them. So this was just a little history, the original inspiration. We shrunk these patterns and Doris is felting them. You didn't bring yours, did you?
I didn't. I forgot them.
Doris is felting hers completely. I am doing a little bit of felting and a little bit of applique. So I've got some wool applique. So my first two blocks, I actually think this is the third block. I skipped the second block. So these are my first two. So we showed that in the class, we showed you how to do a folded dimensional rosebud. We've got some felting, some embroidery. This was a piece of wool that I found in the trash can after a class here at Fabric Chicks. But look at how I hate
And
to
I
say
would-
it, but we might turn into hoarders.
And
here.
after I went home, I thought all those little cookie cutter things.
Yes.
Look at how thick that looks. Just the same thickness as the cookie cutters.
Oh.
So all of your cookie cutter felting, you could actually see she's
turn it
put
into
the-
an applique.
you can applique with it and put it on something, and it's 3D.
Oh.
So I didn't think of that till I got home.
Okay.
But
okay.
it's like, think about that. All those cookie cutters that you've got out there.
yes.
We can make those shapes. And I know
Okay.
there are shapes like that
shapes
everywhere.
and shapes. Yes.
So
yeah.
anything could be used as an applique.
So you can felt your own applique.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have the next 3 months. We've done the first 3 months. We have the next 3 months. So it includes $30, includes your patterns. It's the third Mondays at 68, April, May, and June. And we have, this is 1 month. This is another month, the Rose of Sharon block. I will probably do dimensional roses into there also, just to give it a little something different. And then this is the Ohio Beauty block. So the next 3 months, when you sign up, we will put those in your baskets as 68. And that includes $30 is 3 months. It's three Mondays, the third Monday from 11 to 1. So the third Monday of the month, 11 to 1. And all kinds of fun, different techniques that you're learning.
Yeah, show them the prize.
Oh, we have a prize. Okay.
Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for all of you. The first person to show the January block finished.
The January one would have been this one.
Yep.
So the first person, and she said I couldn't play, but the first person from the class who posts their finished January block at 9 a.m. I don't know. Carolyn might be the only one that has it finished.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
You got tonight.
So you're going to win a scrubby from Doris. Okay. So post it on Fabric Stitch Along tomorrow. We have a conflict. Wish we could participate. Uh-oh. Jackie and Candy, what do you do on the third Monday that's more important than spending time with us? Let us know.
Because you can tape it.
I could tape it for you, but it's not as fun as if you do it live.
Because they're really, after the first 10 minutes, it's all
social hour.
social.
Well, Jackie, remind me and we'll talk about it. Okay, because it would be fun to have you join us. So Virginia's doing lectures. She's got like a whole series of lectures. So here's my cheat sheet. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. we've got the bird plant picks and the fabric paper doll from 9 o'clock in the morning. And she usually has it dialed in where every step is already ready. She just demos one step, picks up the next step, next step, next step. So it's more of a lecture demo than a class. If you can't make it live, she will video it so we can send you the video. And I know that she mentioned something in our doll class on Monday that she had a couple of days. She might have another surprise project for us. So if you want to sign up for any of these demos, just put in that you want to sign up for the bird plant picks, the hip hop paths, flock of wrens, or carpenter's wheel. Just let us know and we'll get you signed up for those. The hip hop pads, which is April 7th from 9 a.m. April 7th from 9 a.m. Hip hop pads and microwavable bowl. So these are what the microwavable bowl looks like. And Virginia, if you haven't taken a class from her, has tons of tips and tricks. So the microwavable bowl, you can use either side. And I thought it was super stupid, except for the other day I got my soup out and it was super hot. And I thought, oh, I wish I had a dang microwavable bowl. And then these are the hip hop pads. In the class, these ones are for sale if you want them. In the class, she will be showing us how to make our own bias binding. We do have bias binding already made if you want it, but in the class on April 7th for $15. She's going to be going over how to make your own bias bindings, and then she'll be teaching the hip hop pads and the microwavable bowl. So if you need those patterns, I have the hip hop pad is S61 for $12. S61 for $12. S62 is if you want to be signed up for the lecture. If you can't make it live, we will send you the recording. $15, that's like less than a movie ticket. I'm just saying. S62 is $15 for the lecture on April 7th. S61 is for the hip hop pads. S60 is for the microwavable bowl. S60 is for the microwavable bowl. If you need, okay, Joanne, I'll sign up. I'll sign Clark up. I'm going to have to make like a, well, Joanne, do you ever even, do you want me just to change your email to Clark's email permanently? That way you just, he would get everything. Because I think that might be better than me trying to remember to send it to his email. If you need Wrap and Zap, which is 100% natural cotton batting, this is what you put in the microwavable bowls. S59 is $11.95. Also, the potato zapper. I don't know if you guys have made the baked potato zappers. We did them as a demo a while back. They literally took about 7 minutes to make. Best thing ever. I used to think people were crazy who needed a thing to bake their baked potato, because you could bake your baked potato anywhere. Yeah, like literally. But you can do corn, you can do tortillas, yams. I cook a lot of yams in it. I love it. I literally use it probably 3 times a month. I use my potato zapper. So on the back of here is the directions for the potato zapper. Great way to use up your scraps, make Christmas gifts. And they literally are going to take you under 10 minutes per zapper. So $11.95. S59 is $11.95. You want to make sure that you use 100% cotton batting that does not have scrim. You might have 100% cotton batting, but most likely if you used it in your quilts, it has scrim. Scrim's the interfacing that holds it all together. So you have to make sure you don't have the scrim. That is polyester. It will shoot fireworks in your microwave. If you guys watched our spontaneous live yesterday, we covered we recovered our ironing board cover. This is for the giant one. It's going to do, we have like a 4-foot piece of plywood that we covered. And you can go back and rewatch it. It was super easy. You might want a second hand to help peel off. The back of it is like a contact paper, like you put in your shelving. You might want a second pair of hands to help peel that back as you smooth it onto your board. But it is fantastic. S57 is $34. And it's 65 by 29, made from Luminex to reflect 300% more heat than regular cotton covers. Cuts ironing time in half, irons both sides at once. And I love it when they have a disclaimer that says, read all directions before you start. No, I like to live on the edge. Okay, let's see.
Angie has a question.
Angie, where's Angie? Yes. Angie, I moved them up against the wall so that they wouldn't get lost. But I was going to let you know you left them here, but then I thought it'd be fun to just see how long it took you to realize you were missing your glasses. Okay, we have some sale fabric, $5 a yard, $2.50 a half yard, and $1.50 a fat quarter. So it's not on the bolt anymore. We have 1 yards, half yards, cuts. We do not have very much of it left. Most of it is gone, obviously, which is why we have not that much left, which is why it's $5 a yard. So S0562. I mean, don't plan a project where you need 5 yards of this, because you're not going to get 5 yards, but we will divide it between you if you want it. Sorry, Angie, I should have texted you. Like at one point I said I need to text you, but I didn't do it. I was a slacker, obviously. No,
Somebody came in and interrupted you as you got ready to do it.
Probably. S06 60562 is a fun turquoise. They're Christmas fabrics, but they don't necessarily have to be, but they're kind of, I really don't look at them and see Christmas, but if they were used in Christmas, I would see it. Okay, we have some piece ribbons here. Okay, S103 is 6 ribbons for $1. S103 is 6 ribbons for $1. Oh, we have some free ones here. These ones don't have any names. Okay, I have 3 free ones here. Do you want to pick out some names? I have Kathleen Rader, Beverly Ann, and Peggy Cato. Okay, let's see if they answer. If they answer, we'll put it on there. Peggy Cato, Beverly Ann, and Kathleen Rader. Okay, we've got some more rainbow piece ribbons. These are ribbons. There's 6 of them in a bundle, and they're about 15 inches long. Here's some fun tie-dye ones. S107, blue, tealy, cute for hair ribbons, or you can sew them onto your projects. S104 is the tealy colorway. These are S108 is just kind of tie-dye sprayed. S112 is another one that's tie-dye sprayed. And then we have a white piece, S105. Let's see. I haven't heard from either of those. Okay, we'll go through these and then we'll pick new names. S106 is the red, white, and blue peace and hearts. S106 is the red, white, and blue. That one we already showed. And then here's the lavender one, S111. S111. Peggy Cato's here. And okay, we need 2 more. I've got Terry Evangelo and Susan DeHunt. Terry Evangelo and Susan DeHunt. Okay, these are the ribbons. I don't think anybody ordered it. Okay, here we're gonna go back. We're gonna do
Sue did.
Who?
Sue, Sandy.
Okay. All right, I might throw some extras in because we have a bunch of these. So if you did order them, I'm going to throw some extras in for free, okay? So those who ordered the piece ribbons, I'm going to throw extras in for free. Peggy is a winner of the free bundle. Susan DeHunt and Terry Evangelo. Susan DeHunt and Terry Evangelo. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw, but Connie posted in Fabric Chick Stitch Along some hand stitching. So I found these. We're not sure if they're linen or not, but they have a linen effect. They look like they're linen. They might have a little bit of polyester in them. I'm not sure. But we thought these would be fun to use as your background and do your slow stitching on them. So we have S160. S160 is $8 a yard, $4 a half yard, $2.50 a fat quarter. The brown is S158. 158 for the brown. Terry Evangelo's here. Beth, if I have any small hangers left, I would like some. Oh, I do. I've got 3 right here for sure. How many do you want, Sue? I'm going to write your name on it. Except for that, I don't know what I did with Sue M. Okay. Susan DeHunt. Susan DeHunt, are you still here? Oh, Kathleen's here. Susan DeHunt, I don't see Kathleen. Kathleen, you're back. You were a winner, but you didn't answer. So here, Susan didn't answer, so now I'm giving it back to you. Okay, so crazy here.
Susan DeHaan just said yes.
Oh, Susan DeHaan just said yes. Here, put both of our names. I'll make another bundle. I'll do another bundle of lavender.
Sandy has a question.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you, Susan. Well, I didn't see it. Okay, what is your question, Sandy?
She wants the pink and green.
Oh, okay.
ribbon.
Sandy, I'll read it tonight and I'll get you the one you want. Sue, I didn't ask you anything, but if you win, I'll keep your name on it because I know you're doing something very important right now, like buying a vehicle, while you should be paying solely attention to us. No, go buy your vehicle. Pay attention to your vehicle because you know those guys, they're kind of shady. Sue, Kathleen, I can only imagine watching 4 kids for 10 days. Okay, here's another linen-y one. So S159, $8 a yard, $4 a half yard, $2.50 a fat quarter. And I think they'd be fun. I would put the soft flex on the back. Look, Remy hair is free. I would put this shape flex on the back and then do the hand stitching on it. I think that would be really a fun linen-y effect to do. I don't know, maybe 3 days ago, Connie posted on Fabric Chick Stitch Along some fun slow stitching projects. Okay, so S160 is the mustardy yellow, 158 is the brown, 159 is the khaki color. So it's a linen-y effect. I don't know, it doesn't have a tag on it, so I'm not sure if it is linen or just like a linen polyester mix, but it would make great backgrounds for artsy project, but really I think it'll be fun for the slow stitching. Okay, we have a tiny bit of this Easter fabric left. So if you're into doing Easter fabric, Chicky fabric, S52 is $7 a yard. S52 is $7 a yard. That'd be the cute in the middle of a place. It'd be cute in the, you could do an egg-shaped placemat would be cute.
Little basket.
Oh yeah, basket, or even pillows for the grandkids. Cute little pillows for Easter. S055 is the collection that's left for Easter in case you want a project, an Eastery project, springy project. S055, that is $11 a yard. I have one of the springy fat quarter bundles left. I might have 2 of these left. S51 is $22. It has the Easter eggs, the ducks, the little rabbits, the florally print. Yeah, this like confetti print. And then the floral print and an orange for carrots. So S51 is $22. It is 6 fat quarters, normally $23.94. So you save almost $2. S51 is $22 for the fat quarter bundle. The collection is S055. Here, if you want to do some wool work, I think it's felt, actually. If I had to guess, it's felt. But it makes these cute little Easter eggs, and the patterns are in there. Everything you need, your floss, the pattern, everything to make cute little eggs. So S41 is $42. We didn't do the egg ones, but we did do the Halloween eggs. S41 is $42 if you want to have some handwork to take with you. Cute little spring bare roots. And I think get your bare roots now because I heard that she has closed. It's rumor though. I don't know. I didn't hear it from her, but I did hear it from the gals who live down there by her. Here is Diamond Art. Happy Easter. Happy Easter S40. S40 is Happy Easter Diamond Art from Amy. S40 is $25. It does include your frame. It includes your beads, your tools, everything you need to do this. Great for if you need a grab and go project. Something mindless you don't have to think about. If you have a family reunion and you want to be able to stay in the conversation, but you want to keep busy, these are all great for that. They have a cute little frame. They're cute next to your coffee maker in the morning. S39 is Hello Spring. And this is a brand new collection. It just came in. It's pretty springy also. There you go. It's pretty springy with florals. This one kind of reminds me of like, it'd be great in Frida. If you're doing a Frida collage, that would be great, or any collage, it would be great. This one I think would be a fun binding. Cut that on the bias. That would be a fun binding. Here's some solid go with it. And then the same binding, but with a white background. This one is Crazy Quilts. So you got Crazy Quilts there. And then this one's kind of a patchworky, interesting. That would be a fun border, I think, or a main print. So if you're into butterflies, flowers, spring, the collection is S047. There's 8 of them for $96. Half yards, $48. Fat quarters, $30. And then we have the collection on the bolts. We do have the solids on the bolts. I didn't bring them for the collection, but if you want any of these, let me know and we'll get those for you. I didn't bring them for today. S46 is the navy background with the stripes. S45 is the white background with the stripes. S44 is great florals for collaging. I would cut them up and use them for collaging. But they make great borders also, or a great springy jacket or vest. And I just showed, go on Facebook on Quilt Folk, QUILTFOLK. On Quilt Folk's Facebook page, they just did a reel with the QuiltCon outfits. They were incredible. So Phyllis and Doris just said that we're really going to have to up our game for Reno, okay? I mean, one of them was a full-length dress made out of yo-yos that fit perfectly. And, I mean, it was long. It drug on the ground. Kind of sad it drug on the ground, but it was beautiful. That one was probably my favorite one. Okay, here is the Crazy Patch, or S43 is $13. S43 is $13. And then S42 is the florally one with the butterflies. And that's it for that collection. So if you want the whole collection, because you want to be able to make something, but you don't want to have to think about it, some of these would be great for if you want to do spring pillowcases, actually. But if you don't want to think about it, you can get the whole collection, S047. S047. Here is Ann Lindenmeyer, if you're listening. These are smaller amounts of a variety of yarns that you can put together to use for anything artsy that you're doing. S97 is $8, but it's a bunch of different ones. You can use them for doll hair. You can really use them for anything. You can mix them together, or you can do them separately. You can also, what Virginia showed us in the doll class, is you can felt them onto the doll heads. If you have a felting needle, because it has that barb, you can felt it into the heads of your dolls to create hair. So S97 is just random variety of threads so that you can have the collection of hair when you need it, or for any artsy project. Then we have, if you, Phyllis and Doris just put together vintage buttons, a bag of buttons, random bag, but they'll all be looking like this. They put a bunch of bags together like this with the all bigger buttons, colorful buttons.
There's some little ones in there too.
Well, not very little. I mean, not like, no shirt buttons, nothing plain. So if you want a variety of bigger buttons, there's 25 buttons in each bag. S98 is $4. S98 is $4. for vintage buttons. If you need vintage buttons, S0321, $8 a yard. $8 a yard. And this was, the designer was Keiko Goki. And How Do You Do was the name of the line. So kind of a more modern-y line. It's got some mauves and purples and just a fun line. S321, $8 a yard, $4 a half yard, $2.50 a fat quarter. I do have one fat quarter bundle left from that line. S99 is $35, but that was one of the main prints. Then you had some mums, some circles, some dashes. This is the print I just showed you. This is the purple that I'll show you in a minute. Polka dot, just kind of a modern-y line, fun to put together. Catherine actually did a whole quilt out of this, which was absolutely beautiful. S99 is $35. I only have one fat quarter bundle left. And then these two fabrics from the collection, S632, $8 a yard. It's a great big hexagon print. S632 is $8 a yard, $4 a half yard, $2.50 a fat quarter, and there is only a yard and 3/8 left. I think I might have a 1 yard cut though out in the shop. S632, and then here is the purple with a like a egg. I don't know what color blue is that. It's a gray blue. I don't know what color. S0322. 1 yards are $8, half yards are $4, and fat quarters are $2.50. Charity, that's a shame. S0322. 1 yards are $8, half yards are $4, fat quarters are $2.50. And then I have, this green is a hard one for me to get in stock. These are the silks. I have, I think I might have two of these. I know I have one. I think I have two though. S95 is for the 50 yards of silk. S95 is $24 for the 50 yards. If you want the whole 50 yards, it's $24. If you want this multicolored green and you only want 5 or 10 yards, then we sell it to you for $1 a yard because it's super, it gets tangled up and it's hard to get it into smaller amounts. So S95 is not hard if we took our time, but we try to do it quick and then it gets tangled. S95 is $24. Doris is staying outside because it's silk. S96 is a fun kind of mustardy color. This is the first time I've found it in this golden mustard color. So S96 is $21. S95 is for the variety of green. And then I'm going to throw this out here so Doris doesn't have to touch it. And I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to trip on the lighting. Oh, I know, we're a hot mess. Okay. Are you guys ready for some auctions? I do have some interfacing in case you need the red dot tracer. This is a fabric that you use to create your own patterns. You trace your patterns with this. S54 is $3.25 a yard. S54 is $3.25 a yard. And then this is, I've never used this, but Connie used this at the retreat, and you put your strips of fabric on it, and then you sew on the grid. You sew, and it creates perfect 2-inch squares. So if you need this interfacing, it's from Quilt Smart. It says a 9x16 grid plus bonus top grid. It says 144 1.5 finished squares. Approximately, panel finishes approximately 13.5 inches by 24 inches. So I guess you start with 2-inch strips and then it will finish at 1.5 inches. So S58 is $5.75. If you know what this is, I'm sure you love it. We maybe need a demo so that we understand how it works. Maybe I'll send it home with Phyllis. She's really good at like experimenting and figuring out how things work. Okay, we've got an auction just because we like to stir things up a little bit. So these are some crocheted things. This one was really hard for me to put on the auction. S1111 is starting at $10. S1111 is starting at $10. Look at how cute the little rose and tassels are. This one is very vintagey. I'm not sure how old, but super cute. S1111. And here, I'm going to put this way so Devin can get the whole thing in the video. S11, is it sew and wash off? I don't believe so. I believe it stays in. I believe the grid stays in. Hey, Victoria, welcome. And then here is a crocheted edging. And this is pretty big, bright yellow. S1211 is, the auction is starting at $5. And then this one was fantastic. I'm not sure what anybody would do with this. But I don't know. You could turn it into a pillow. You could use it. I think it'd be kind of cute on the back of like a jean jacket or something, or the side of a jean jacket. I don't know, but it has to be like 100 years old. I don't honestly know how old this is, but I can't picture anybody wearing this in the last forever. Oh, look at the little snaps. Tiny little snaps and buttons. I don't know who was this size.
Well, I think it's part of a shirt.
Well,
you could sew it into a shirt.
Yeah, you could sew it into a shirt, but you'd still have to be pretty tiny. I mean, look at the neck hole. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a neck hole. And it's still got the lace around the neck. From when women were really small before we started eating processed food, apparently. S132 for the shirt is $5. It is the center front panel of a dress.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a shirt dickie to put under a sweater. Well, maybe. I don't think they did dickies back then, Charity. It's literally, Devin's going to have to get in real, real close. It's very unique. Very unique. But whoever found it, cut it out of its original garment to save this portion. So the shirt, maybe dickie or whatnot. Oh, Victoria says a dickie for undershirt also. I don't know. Maybe. S132 is for the shirt, dickie, maybe. S1211 is the yellow crocheted edging. The yellow crocheted edging starting at $5. And then this cute one. This was my favorite find today. I almost kept it for myself, but then I thought, you've got to share sometimes. Might have been part of a christening gown. I think it's too grown up for a christening gown unless they were, I think it's part of like lingerie. Don't you? An undershirt? Maybe before we had bras. I don't think it would be a dickie because the dickie does not usually show.
It only shows.
Yeah, but
It only shows basically to that first button. So why would you have that much?
Yeah.
How long is the yellow crochet?
Inquiring minds want to know. The yellow crochet is about 25 inches. About 24 and a half to 25. It's like 25 inches here where it bows out. It's like a kind of a curve. S1211 is at $5. And okay, Christy, I was writing the pattern when the dog ate the bear. So I lost interest, but I'm gonna put in the pattern, the Eaton Bear, so that you can know that you can also make dog toys. Okay, it's a 2-for-1. It's a memory bear or a chew toy. Whatever. What you can only have so much control over things. S1111. Okay, we are gonna take these.
Jackie Wimberly put 132. I don't know if she thinks it's not at an auction,
Okay, well, she's the only one bidding on it.
but she didn't put a price.
Oh, that's okay. We'll just give it to her for $5. Jackie for $5. That was the deal of the century. You got that much just in lace. Jenny for $5.
Nobody took yours.
Nobody took my favorite. I'm gonna have to put this onto something. Okay. We have this fabric here. So if you've got babies, if you have babies in your world, we have, the panel makes these cute little burp rags. We put flannel on one side, and then this is what comes in the panel. So cute little burp rags. And then bibs. So the panel is S76 for $8. Here is, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bibs. When you make them up, they look like this. So they're cute little bibs for babies, not for grown-ups. 4 cute little bibs, and then 2 burp rags. So super cute. S76 is $8. S76 is $8. And that makes the 4 bibs and the 2 burp rags. And then we have this panel here, S81 for $5. S81 is $5. And we took that, and we took this panel and we created this cute little drag around blankie. We put a little ribbon on it so you could put the pacifier on it so you don't lose the pacifier. So you make a cute little blankie. We put some Minky on the back. And then with this same panel, we were able to make both these projects. So they really have like a little one that they can drag around and hold, a little bit bigger that can kind of keep them warm in the car seat, but it's not too bulky. And if you want the kit that has the Minky, the chenille, the ribbon, the panel, everything you need to make the 2 projects, S80 is $22. S80 is $22. And that is for both of those little drag around blankets. And it does say, sometimes the littlest things take up the most room in our hearts, by Winnie the Pooh. So cute little projects you can make with the burp pads and the bibs. If you want the Go With It fabrics, we have the Go With It fabrics are $7 a yard. This is the flannel. I think we only have one piece of this. S77 is $7 a yard. S77 is $7 a yard. I do think there might be like a half a yard or a little bit more than half a yard left of what we made the sample with. S77 is $7 a yard. And then, Anna, did you order? I saw that you're going to be home in 13 days. I'm so excited. S78 is $7 a yard. Super great price if you want to get it even not for this project, but you just want it for backings. If you like peach, it's a great price point. Riley Blake cottons. And then S79 is just another good Go With It fabric. $7 a yard. $7 a yard. Oh, it might have been a wedding dress. It could have been. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, this is our other regular fabrics. We just got these from when we were at QuiltCon. So super fun faces. This one might be fun to use the tissue dyeing on. But here's some great stripes. this is the 2.5-inch stripes that they're cutting to use for bindings. But these stripes are just fun, different colors. And then this is the bigger faces, fun print, kind of crazy. Wait, let me open it so you can really kind of see. I don't know what the repeat is, but I see faces and eyes. So just a fun, kind of a modern-y, fun, eclectic. It'd be fun to actually do. Maybe we should do this. Look at that face there. Maybe we should do a challenge and use this as a background and then applicate a face on top of it. That might be a fun challenge. I'll have to think about that. Maybe like, I think it would be fun to do a challenge where we have like 2 hours, and in 2 hours you got to just get done whatever you can do. If all you do is a stick figure, then that's all you do. If you get real detailed, you get real detailed. That would be a fun challenge. I like to put time limits on it so you can't overthink it. Okay, here are the bolts. S49 is what they use for the 2.5-inch strip repeats that they use a lot of times for bindings. These are art gallery fabrics. S48 is the great turquoise stripe. S48 is the great turquoise stripe. Oh, the great grandbaby. Whoa. Well, that doesn't even seem possible, Anna. S67 is the fun faces, the bigger print fun faces. S60, I think 57 or 67. S67 is the big faces. S50 is the orange and tangerine stripes. And then S66 is kind of the corals and fuchsias and just very vibrant. The small faces is S65. S65 is the small faces. S65 is the small faces. S64 is the pink. S64 is the pinks and browns with a little bit of orange. Pinks, browns, a little bit of orange. And then we have S63, the yellows and pinks, very bright. Fun stripes. I always think we're going to do, years ago I saw houses, like a houseboat made out of the stripes that was so cool. Yes. Yeah, and I always think we're going to do that. So I always buy the striped collections.
These would be pretty nice.
It would be really fun. Really fun. If only we had 17 hours more in our day. Okay, the collection is, we always do the collection $1 cheaper. And so you have S56, 8 of them in the collection. So these are at $12 a yard. Very good price. Okay, we got some more fun auctions. I hope you guys are in the mood for auctions. This is a treasure. But also I want to show you that you can use, I know a lot of you bought the upholstery fabrics from us lately. So this collar was built on upholstery fabrics. So this collar is definitely priceless, but I love that it was sewn right onto the upholstery fabrics to give it body. So S561, the auction is starting at $3. S561, the auction is starting at $3. And it is actually, you got pearls on there. It is about 14 inches long. So about 14 inches long. Great big collar. S561, S561. It might be fun on like the back of a jean jacket. S561 is $3 a yard. The auction is starting at $3 a yard. This is priceless also.
How much is finished on that?
That's just ready to go right on to something. This one is priceless. I think that we've decided it's muslin, but I've never seen the muslin. It's the gray goods. I've never seen it priceless here. Probably not going to get stuff from China anymore. 100% cotton, gray shirting. made in the People's Republic of China. So super interesting muslin. S401, the auction is starting at $5. If you're not excited about it being made in the People's Republic of China, it is a couple of yards of muslin. So a couple of yards of muslin-ish fabric, S401, $5. The auction is starting at $5. And
That piece right there is unique.
yes. Okay, we have some baby Afghans to auction off today. S990 is starting at $15. This is a cute, if you've got a pink grandbaby in the works, Anna, this would be perfect. S990 is starting at $15. Just think of all the work somebody put into that. S990, the auction is starting at $15. And 561 for the collar is at $20. So get your final bids in. We'll get that closed up. 401 is the muslin. It's at $5. The baby pink baby blanket S990 is at $15. And I did take one of these. One of the crocheted Afghans had a hole in it, so I've taken it upstairs. I'm gonna see about putting it in the pant leg of cutting my jeans and adding like a triangle into my jeans with the crocheted blankets. Just because something different. So this is a cute little kind of more modern-y color baby blanket, not screaming pink in your face. S1591, S1591, S1591. The auction is starting at $15. So if you want a baby blanket for somebody who is not like, you know, your best friend, $15 is a great price. They're going to think you made it. Okay, and then we have another one that is a little bit bigger, S471. S471 is starting at $15 also. So we've got several crocheted blankets today, but get them now, $15. People are going to think you're amazing. $15, people are going to think you're super amazing. I mean, you could always cut a hole in it and turn it into, you know how we used to wear those shawls? And then here is a pinky purple one. S1581. Super cute little ruffly edging. S1581. S1581. $15. So you got 4 of these cute little blankets. S1581 is the pinky purple one. 1581 is the pinky purple one. And
They're great for the car seat. They're right size for them. Throw them in on the car seat.
Okay, so we've got no takers on the muslin, couple of yards of muslin for $5, 401. We've got no takers on that. So we'll put that and use it for we used to use the muslin for, well, we can use it for collaging. We've got a collage class coming up. Okay, and then we have 561 is at $32.
It's gorgeous.
561 is at $32.
It
And
is
then
gorgeous.
the Afghans, we've got a couple of them at $15. We have some Nightmare Before Christmas camouflage fabric. I don't know who was asking for camouflage fabric, but we don't have normal camouflage. But we do have the Nightmare Before Christmas. So if you have somebody in your family who's Nightmare Before Christmas, we have a 1 yard piece, and then we have a bunch of 6-inch strips, 6-inch by the width of fabric. So this was cut for borders. At one point, we had a sample in the shop. So if you need Nightmare Before Christmas, you can see the little ghost, camouflage ghost, S61. It's 1 full yard and then over a yard of 6-inch strips. So 2 yard, I think it's 2 1/4 yards. S681 is $10. S681 is $10. And 1581.
That's
Now it's $35.
$35 for the collar. $35 for the collar. Okay, and then I have we have 1581 is at $16, and we've got $9.90 and $15.91. These two are at $15. So these two are at $15. This one's at $16. Get your final bids in. 681 for the camouflage Nightmare Before Christmas. And just to throw you guys in a tailspin, we do have a Minky quilt here, S551, and that is the auction is starting at $40. The auction's starting at $40. It is a Minky quilt. It's Minky on both sides. Okay, girls, get your final bids in. If anybody is interested in starting a long arm business, I do have these business cards. We got them at QuiltCon. The ladies there were super sweet. So Long Arm League, it's a whole program to help you be successful in your long arming business. So if you want the long arm paperwork, just let me know and we'll throw it in your baskets, okay? So that's that. Okay. We're going to close up these auctions. Let me see what time. Oh, 3 minutes. Okay, we're going to close up these auctions so we can get on to whatever else we might have real quick. 1581. I have Joanne for $16. And then Jenny, these are, you lucked out. For $15, you really lucked out. 15 to Jenny. And then Jackie wants this. And then Jenny wants this. And then no takers, but this one was one of my favorite color ones. Okay, nobody wants that. Nobody wants the camouflage Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'll take that.
And then, okay, 561. 561. Well, pick which one you want, Jenny. You had both of them. You had S990 and S1591. Jenny, I have your name for both of them, so you have to pick which one you want. I'm not a mind reader. Especially through the computer, I can't even see your eyes or facial expression. She wants you to show her the two numbers again so she can pick. 561. 561 is Jody for $35. $551. We have no bidders for the Minky quilt. We'll save that because one of you are going to need it eventually.
Said the pink one.
Jenny wants the pink one.
Okay.
So I have this heavy cardstock that it was a flyer for a guild show. but it's almost like a laminated, heavy, glossy cardstock. And we have these. The reason I'm showing them to you is because I know that in Virginia's classes, she uses this weight to make your pattern pieces for your dolls. So if you guys, if there's any of you out there that want these for to make pattern pieces, let me know and we'll get them in your box. Otherwise, we'll throw them in the trash.
Well, that's why I couldn't throw them away.
I know.
They're thicker than
right,
but they're
perfect for pattern pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lucky winner. Phyllis, can you scroll and pick a lucky winner for our Fabric Chicks reusable tote bag? And Lindenmeyer. Okay, let me find. I dumped out all my blank paper for. Okay. Okay, and then I have the people who posted on Fabric Chick Stitch Along for the our Friday where we've started the Stop Scrolling, Start Sewing campaign. So we have some names in here. I did leave the names from last week, so it's a double whammy, okay? We have a $25 gift certificate to a lucky winner. I know Devin's like, can't you find a different prize for him? Maybe next week. I didn't get to it. So we have a lucky winner. So if you post what you're working on Friday or Saturday, and then post your progress on Sunday, Victor, is Victor here? I haven't seen him. Okay, we're going to give him about 5 seconds to answer. Oh, he just posted. Okay, let's see if he's here.
It was a minute ago.
Oh, he said, I'm here. Okay. So post what you're working on on Fridays and Saturdays, and then your progress on Sunday. We love to see that you're actually sewing. So stop scrolling, get off your phone. We spend way too much time. We need to move on and be creative and do creative things.
Thursday, 9 a.m.
Yes.
Post your first block.
Oh, yeah. If you're in Doris's Felting, post the first block completed on Fabric Chick Stitch Along, and then you will win a scrubby. We do have some of this velvet ribbon left. I'm not sure how it didn't get all divided up with all the names we picked. But here, I'm going to have Doris just pick some names. And we'll throw those into your baskets. We have Laura Villardo, Brenda Yagi, Beverly Ann twice. Gosh, so it pays to share our lives on your Facebook feed. Share it with your friends, bring a friend with you, invite a friend over for dinner, so that they can start following us. We would love it. Okay. Phyllis wants some velvet ribbon. Laura's here.
It's got a wire in it too.
Joanne, Brenda, Laura. Okay, let's see. All right, so that is what we have for today because our time has run out. Make sure you tune in. I'm trying to talk Devin into doing spontaneous lives daily, just because we have so many demos in the shop that we need to show you. But you don't always have to watch them live. You can watch them after the fact. So I know we're preaching to stop scrolling and start sewing, except for Fabric Chicks. You can still scroll on Fabric Chicks. That's it. Okay, we love you guys. We'll see you on Monday at 4 o'clock, if not before. Have a great weekend and go get some sewing done posted on Fabric Chick Stitch Along.